Great rise, great rise, great rise. You all know it's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. It's 9 o'clock. It's Monday. You know where we at, right? It's Melanated Monday. Get on in here so we can talk. Let's do what we do every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Tonight we are discussing woman. Hold yourself accountable. Last week we talked about the women holding the men accountable. This week we're talking about the women holding themselves accountable. I see you. Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. We're gonna give people time to get in here and get themselves together. You know, we don't run on time, sadly, but we don't run on time. If you're trying to be in here for real, I see your invite. Let it be known. If you really want to be here, I'll bring you in. But we're going to give people time to join, like leave a comment if it's yes, you want to join for real, or you just happen to be there. But I appreciate you for showing up. I missed you. So again, tonight we are discussing woman, woman, hold yourself accountable. This is part of the Woman It's Time to Heal series. It's like a 5-part. I don't know which part we're on right now though. But thanks. But probably next week we'll probably wrap it up. But yeah, it was put on me. Like y'all know, when I come on here, I'm talking about something. I almost forgot today was Melanated Monday, honestly, tell you the truth. But before I go live on anything, I just sit still and get what I'm supposed to be talking about. And like I said, I forgot that it was even Melanated Monday. I'm handling my business. And all of a sudden it was right there. So that's what we're doing. So I'm just waiting on you all to get here. I'm waiting on you to get here. We may or may not be here all night, depending on how my folks receive it or not. What's going on, Miss Carla? Thank you, loved one, for being here. You know I appreciate you always, darling. We got some folks over here on YouTube. I don't know who you are, but I do see you. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate you. I'm going to also open up the phone line. So if anybody wants to call in, share your thoughts, comments, concerns, got a question, want to share some background, whatever you got, as long as it ain't your damn feelings, you can call in. So that number is 770-906-5271. I will post it and I will repeat it throughout the night. I say it's not enough of us on here just yet to start this conversation without me having to repeat it 1,000 times. I don't wish to do that. But as you come in, please let me know that you're here so I can address you properly. What's going on, Miss Keisha? I see you, loved one. I hope all is well. I hope you're doing better. Because, you know, it's time for you to be on wood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be back on them skates, yo. So, hurry up and get it together. Since you're just joining, again, tonight's topic is woman, hold yourself accountable. Okay. I said last week we were holding the men accountable. This week it's on us. So I'm going to go ahead and start. People can come in as they get here, and y'all know I'm gonna have to repeat the shit. So anyway, so like I said, it was just given to me, and you know, I pay attention, okay, to everything and just about everybody. I'm listening. I'm watching people's behaviors. And when it comes down to women and society and how society treats women, views women or whatever, as it pertains to favoritism and law, women get off on a lot of shit. Let's be real. Let's be real. Women get off on a lot of shit. Probably 90% of the things that women do, if men did them or even had the thought, they would be locked the fuck up. Okay? Real talk. One of the things that I have noticed, and like there's an increase in it for whatever reason, is women getting up in men's faces like real masculine like. What's going on, Deneen? Real masculine like. It's a lot more of that happening. I never liked it in the first place. I think it's ridiculous and it's unnatural. Okay, it's It's ridiculous. But more and more of it is happening right now. So it's like you'll have women that are, and I'm not talking about like just regular arguing or, just a easy battle. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, nigga, what? Like coming up like they want to fight, like fight for real. Completely disrespecting verbally, disrespecting the space right here, just everything, calling him all out of his name, challenging him, what I'm saying? Like the most is I'm not laughing because it's funny, it's ridiculous, but it's an increase in it, okay? And then, like I said, the woman will even initiate the physical violence. So she will slap him. Some of them will even punch. I've witnessed it. Will throw punches at men. As you come in, please let me know you're here. Will throw punches at men and basically dare them to swing back. You probably don't want to do this, ladies, for so many reasons. One is just ugly. Okay. 2 is unnatural. 3, you gonna get retaliated on. And that's just it. What tends to happen, because women respond more in their feelings, they respond more from their feelings. Logic is not sitting in at all. The possibility of what the consequence could be, it don't come right here. It's like not in the forefront of the mind. So they just continue to respond off of how they feel in the moment. So it becomes like a selfishness kind of situation, meaning you're going to give this person every and anything you want to give them and take yourself completely out of the equation, not thinking that what you're giving could quite possibly come back the exact same way, or maybe even a little harsher. I'm not laughing because it's funny, because it's not. I see you, Kenyon. Thanks for being here, loved one. Yeah. So again, take it as instruction and move accordingly. Fuck your feelings, move accordingly. Anytime a woman gets into a confrontation, if you will, with the man, he has like this much patience or logic that still remains logic, okay, about that much, okay, where he can respond intelligently, he can respond with thought, patience, okay, that much. It gets to a point where he no longer sees her as a woman. He doesn't see her as a feminine energy. He sees her as a threat. Again, as I remind you, energy is everything. Her energy has shifted from a soft, kind, quiet, whatever woman. Is shifted from being feminine to being masculine. So now you have a natural masculine fighting with, or trying not to fight with, an unnatural masculine energy. Okay. So, like I said, for that amount of time, he's logical. After a few moments, there's no more logic. There's no more seeing you as a woman. There's no more view of that whatsoever. You are the energy that you are presenting to him. He's only resonating with the energy that's coming across. So now you have your masculine energy and he's in his masculine energy, and your masculine energy is right here. It's threatening. So his masculine energy is going to respond to a threatening masculine energy, and he's going to respond accordingly. Am I giving permission for anybody to lay hands on anybody? I am not. But it's important for women to over and understand how your energy works when it comes to dealing with men. That's what we're talking about right at this moment, okay? When it comes to dealing with men in a confrontational situation, debative, whatever, anytime you don't agree, okay? If your energy becomes masculine and you're in his space, again, I am not giving permission for anybody to lay hands on anybody, okay? Let's make it clear. When you get into this man's space in your masculine energy, it is threatening to him. He's not responding to what his eyes see. He's responding to the energy of what is before him. Period. He no longer looks at you. He no longer is seeing you as a woman because you're not being presented as one. You're not in his space as a feminine, non-threatening energy. You're in his space as a threatening masculine energy. He's human, okay? He's going to respond the way he would naturally respond if it was another physically built man, okay? Again, I am not justifying it at all, but it's important that you enter and understand what's really happening, because too many times, y'all know this to be true, whether you've done it or know somebody who has done it, too many times the woman will instigate, provoke, start, initiate, whatever, a physical confrontation with a man. Thank you, girl. With the man. She will provoke him to respond in a way that will not be so favorable for himself, okay? It won't be favorable for him. So it's a setup. Let's keep it real. It's a setup. She's trying to provoke him to move in a way that will cause him to be removed out of her space. She will do things to give justification for why she called the police, why she whatever, called a bull, whatever. She provokes the whole situation. Y'all know this to be true. I ain't telling you nothing that you don't already know. Excuse me. So when these things happen, 99 times the man is taken out of the house, even if the woman is the instigator of it, even if she knocked him upside the head with a bat, even if she cut his throat, you know what I'm saying? He could be walking outside holding his throat. They're going to get him. They're going to ask him, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? She done stabbed me in my throat and you asking me, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Exaggerated, yes. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's going to always be put off on him. But she's the one that instigated. She's the one that's provoking it. She'll do this over and over again because she knows that society is built to cater to her, that the law is built to cater to her for so many reasons. But the law is built to cater to her. So there's no real question that needs to be asked. If the woman calls and says the man did such and such, we on it, go get him out of there. That's it. No questions asked. And she could be dead ass wrong. Happens all the time. I think I mentioned this before. An ex of mine had a friend who did this on a weekly basis. Would start shit with her dude. I don't think it was her husband, but her boyfriend. I'll put it that way. Every weekend. You would think by now he would have gotten a clue. But every weekend, she would start shit with him and have him arrested so she could go out with her other dude. That's a mess. But it happens every week. Now, would he be considered a little foolish and stupid? Yeah, because, dude, I mean, you got to see the pattern. You got to see it, okay? Nonetheless, why I'm here today. Why I'm here today is to tell y'all, to warn you. Yes, really, is to warn you about your reckless ass mouth, because we have it. I know I do, but just not with other people. Just right here. Your reckless ass mouth, and then your reckless ass energy when you're in his energy. So if you all are not agreeing or not able to agree, not able to have communication and hash your differences out intelligently and calmly or whatever, fall back. Okay, just fall back. Sometimes, ladies, you just got to shut the fuck up. You just got to shut the fuck up. Even like I said, you may not agree. You may really be trying to convince him to see it your way, to see it from your point of view. He's not, if he's not. You know what I'm saying? Or find another way of doing it. You have to give men facts. Like your feelings. Give them facts. That's what they hear. They understand information. If you talk through your feelings, they don't get that shit. Then shut that down. Matter of fact, if you start a sentence off with, you know what I feel, done. You might as well just write it down or talk to yourself, because they ain't heard nothing else after I feel. Done. Okay. So if you have any type of discrepancy with him, calm your ass down. Figure out another way of delivering it, but don't get in his space with that masculine energy and think that he's going to respond the way you want him to respond, because I can almost guarantee you that after this goes away, it's going to be a different type of situation. It's going to be different. You have to hold yourselves accountable for what you do. And I'm going to put myself in it. We have to hold ourselves accountable for what we do, for how we respond, for what we say. You know what I'm saying? We have to. I'm not saying that you can't speak your thoughts. By all means, speak your thoughts, but do them in a way that is not deliberately trying to incite him or enrage him to respond negatively. And I don't mean in this conversation, I mean physically. Am I saying that a woman can make a man do anything? Nope. Because there is such a thing as self-control. He got to be held accountable for his own self as well. Again, not justifying anything. However, you have to enter and understand the power of energy, masculine and feminine energy. It makes a difference when you are in a confrontation with somebody. How your energy is will draw that same energy. Okay, I say it all the time. Like energy attracts like energy. Like attracts like. Every time when you're dealing with energy. Every time is that. If you approach him from a hot-headed angle, he's going to probably respond that way. Okay? If you approach him, can we talk about something, a little more diplomatic? You'll get that, and you'll probably get the result that you want. You'll probably get the answer that you want if you approach it in a diplomatic way. It ain't about like playing game per se. It's called respect. You got to give it and receive it, but the way that you'll get it is if you give it to yourself first, okay? Because if you take yourself out of your natural energy, your natural space, your natural spirit, whoever you are, you take yourself out of that, you're going to get some unnatural shit coming back. You're disrespecting your own self if you're not being true to your own self, right? Be true to you all the time. Now, if you are naturally, which you're probably not, but if you are naturally and the word is not what I'm going to say it is, ratchet ass woman, and you do this with everybody, I'm sure you know how to fight, first of all, because you have to. But please expect that you're going to get the same type of response every time until you change something about your ratchet ass ways. It's simple. What's going on, Charles? What you're saying? You say that's the key, is how you respond to the situation. Great conversation. I appreciate you, darling. Let me see. Do we have any other comments on here that I need to respond to? Say, where do you think it may start for a woman to do this? Where do you think it may start for a woman to do this? Okay, so a lot of times women speak from emotion. We respond from emotion. So our first, can't even say thought, because it ain't really that. Our first response is to show him how we feel, to display what's going on in here. Is to display it, to get the attention. He's not, or because he's not listening, you think that he's not listening, he doesn't hear. So the first thing is learn how to communicate with one another. Now, everybody doesn't communicate the same way. So you have to learn how to communicate with your man, okay? With your woman, whatever it is you with, learn how to communicate with that individual where they're hearing and listening because they understand what's being said, okay? That's first. And next instruction, it should be really first, fuck your feelings. Give the information. Like, you can't go into a conversation all with it and think it's gonna be right here. This is what's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Get out your feelings. Figure out what it is that you want to talk about. Figure that out before you even get to him. How about that? Figure out what it is that you want to say to him. What points are you trying to get across to him? What information is it that you need him to receive, or that you would like for him to receive, and help you come up with a solution to? Because they like and need to know how to fix things, what to do. If you say, here's a problem that I perceive, or this is something that I've noticed that needs a little bit of work, needs to be adjusted some kind of way, I'm not quite sure how to do this on my own. What is your advice? What do you think we should do about this? How should we handle this? You'll get a lot more out of it. Did that answer your question? It may not have, Deneen. So if it didn't, just say, no, it didn't, and I'll try it again. Okay, just to your question, where do you think it may start for a woman to do this? Like I say, it's more emotional frustration because she's unable to verbally communicate. And by communicate, I mean speak intelligently what's going on in her head to him, where he understands what she's saying and he can respond according to the information given. We get very emotional when we think people are not listening, when we're not being heard, when we're being devalued or taken for granted. This is on either side. Excuse me. For a woman to do it, when a woman feels that way, her, I hate to say natural, but her first response is, I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay, so then all that come in, all that comes in, because that's her way of, I guess, matching him, but it doesn't. Okay, so like in certain incidences, you shouldn't even try to match him. Don't match that energy. Don't. You have to counter it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in, like I said, with that masculine energy to a natural masculine energy and think the resolution is going to be soft, because it's not. It's not. Okay. You have to hold yourselves. We have to hold ourselves accountable for what we do, for what we say, for how we do it and how we say it. That's with anybody. I say it annoys me when women get away with some bullshit and the man has to suffer for it. That annoys me. Okay, and vice versa. But that right there, because that's what happens way more often. Women do shit deliberately to men to provoke a response in order to get what they want, which is usually him out the way so they can get something else from somebody else. Whatever. Don't do that shit. If what you need, what you want, what you think you deserve, desire, you're not able to get it from the man that you're with, then consider he might not be that one, or you might not be the right one for him. It can go either way. But don't get in his face trying to check him, though. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like I said, I do not condone the physical exchanges with one another if it's not loving, okay, or consensual. But even fighting is a consent, because if one throw a blow and the other one throw a blow, it's a consent. But if it's not for the benefit of the two of you, I don't condone that, okay? So if you would please think before you approach. Think about what it is that you want to say. What are you trying to convey? What would you like him, or how would you like for him to respond? You want your response to be where it is helpful for both or all parties involved. It can't be just about you, okay? Unless it is. But you have to consider everything that's involved. If you have any questions, you want to call in 770-906 5271 770-906 5271. If you want to talk about it, if you want to share your thoughts with me, with us live, you have any questions that you want everyone to hear, you want to share a story, do that. Call in 770-906 5271. 1 moment, please. All right. And you too, if you want to call in, you got it. It's 770-906-5271. I see people are coming in over here, but I don't know who you are, so I can't address you correctly the way that I do. But please know, I appreciate you for being here. All right. Does anybody else have any comments? Oh, yes, there are comments. No, I read those already. Georgia Peach, what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you for being here. David, I see you. Thank you for being here, darling. I appreciate you. You say it's the shirt. Okay, so here's what's going on. These are not on my website, but they are available for purchase. So if you are interested in getting your shirt, inbox me, and I will make sure you get that. Okay, just say, I want to fuck your feelings. Okay, I'll make sure you get a shirt. Also, while we're talking about wear, that one, the hoodie, the I am the solution on purpose with purpose. Those hoodies and shirts are available. Those are also on my website, myomywellness.com, MYOMY-wellness.com. So you can go there and order it, or again, you can inbox me. And we can do it that way. Okay, the hoodies are $65 and the shirts are $55. They come in black and white. Okay, I want to hear from you all. So y'all say something or call in. Again, the number 770-906-5271. I would really love to hear from any of the guys. If I'm saying something that is incorrect, or if I need to add something, let a sister know. Help me out. Okay, because y'all, I'm about y'all. I am, but y'all know I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take sides. So if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And I'm going to check it on both sides. So y'all know what it is. So if I'm wrong, or if I need to add something, or if you want to come in and join me on a video, whatever it is, let it be known, because we don't have to be here all night. You know, I come and I say what I need to say, and I get the hell on. Okay? Again, for those of you who are just joining, there are a few of you. What's going on, G? For those of you who are just joining on either platform, tonight's discussion is woman, hold yourself accountable, because it's not always on him. Okay, we're so quick to blame him for things that happen to us, or we're quick to blame him when he retaliates. Okay. It's like and I'm not comparing y'all to dogs, okay, but the saying about kicking a dog, or a dog when he's down, or whatever, you can kick him so many times until he bites your ass. It holds true for men as well. You can do so much to him for so long until he snaps and responds. Enough is a fucking enough. And that's for anybody. Respect each other. Respect each other's energy. Respect each other's space. Respect the fact that we exist the way that we do. Then we won't have to have these conversations. We won't have to talk about any of this. I won't have to remind you to fuck your feelings. I won't have to do that because you'll already know, right? Apply it as instruction. This is not me saying I don't care about your feelings. I'm not saying that out loud. It's an instruction to not allow your feelings to dictate over logic. Feelings falsify facts every time. If you operate in your feelings, or if you hear or listen with your feelings, you're going to miss something. You're going to miss the information every time. So that's what fuck your feelings is. It's an instruction, not an insult. It's an instruction. And if you live by it, if you walk by it, you will see a drastic change for the better in everything that you do, even in the way people approach you, what they say to you, or whatever. You'll see a difference. And that's what we want. That's what I'm pushing. A difference. So I'm here to provoke you to do something different. Fuck your feelings. Okay? Fuck them. Fuck them hard, as a matter of fact, and continuously until they're not there anymore in regards to the exchange and receipt of information. That's all I'm saying. Because people say, well, I love so-and-so. I can't fuck my... It ain't about that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. It's an instruction. Okay? Flat out. Again, one more time. If you want to call in, please do so. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. So y'all are quiet right now. I usually take that as y'all don't have nothing to say, or that what I'm saying to you, you're receiving it. So I'm gonna keep taking it that way. G Walker says NYC is in the house. Yes, sir, Mr. G Dub. He said, you're right. Fuck my feelings. Okay. What's going on, Misty? Thank you for being here, loved one. You said, oh, I live by it indeed. Facts. See what I'm saying? It's helpful. It's very helpful. But again, I just want to another reminder. Like I said, the whole topic of this discussion is for us as women this time to hold ourselves accountable. Last week, we talked about holding the men accountable for their shit. So now we got to hold our own selves accountable for our own shit. What's going on, Patricia? Thank you for being here, loved one. I do appreciate you. Hold yourselves accountable for your own shit. Because sometimes you can cause the things that happen to you to happen to you. Salute, Earl. What's going on, loved one? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. You can cause those things to happen and then quick to blame why the response came upon you. Okay, well, you kept punching this dude in his mouth. Punching, you didn't slap him. You kept punching this man in his mouth continuously. Okay, not that a man was standing and let you do that, but for the sake of example, punching him in his mouth continuously. After a while, after him consistently telling you, stop doing that, him backing away, him trying to hold your hands, whatever, some time has gone by. He's no longer in his logical mind because this keeps coming at him. He's in defense mode now. He has to defend himself because the next punch is going to knock all his teeth out. Like, for real. The next blow, the teeth got to go. So he's in, let me protect my grill mode. He's going to swing back because this is the threat. He's going to protect himself. This is the threat. Keep it in mind. If you keep punching dude in the mouth, he is going to respond in a way that is defensive, and he has every right to defend himself. This is what I'm saying, to defend himself. As we have a right to defend ourselves against male or female, whatever it is, we have a right to defend ourselves. He has the same right, and we have no right to act as if he doesn't, to pretend like because he's a man, he shouldn't have any rights. He shouldn't have the right to exercise his right to defend himself. That's some bullshit. Okay? Let's keep it real. And we got a caller. G. Walker's on the line. What's going on, loved one?
Good evening.
Oh, good evening. What's up, yo?
Well, nothing much. Basically, I heard the tail end of what you were talking about, whatever the case might be. So I just wanted to chime in real quick.
Okay.
And with this, people have lost the sense of common sense and just basic morals, values, and ethics. The bottom line is just having a mutual common courtesy for one another. Mm-hmm. Again, respect is earned, and what it means by that, it didn't cost. It's not money. You can't pay for it. The best things in life are free. The bottom line is, if Johnny runs a red light, they're not coming looking for me. Nobody wants to take the responsibility for anything. But you can't say, oops, 9 months later, for a female to have a baby, and then turn around, oh, I didn't have no baby, it ain't my fault. Part of it is. Yeah. You would carry, hello? Well, I'm this and that. Well, the thing about it is, what I'm getting at is the fact that, again, like I said before, it's plain and simple. Nobody wants to take responsibility. They feel like they lose. I was one of the day I came out the womb, before I came out the womb. So it don't matter. Now, to a certain degree, I'm not going to let certain things go by because I'm going to, it's just, like I was explaining to a colleague of mine the other day, not going to get into specifics, but she was saying something about her son and the car and yada, yada. I think somebody scratched it up. And I said, well, listen. I said, it's not necessary. I said, you got to remember, you got a younger son. He's, I ain't going to say it's a male thing because females like to take care of stuff too. But I said, it's in the male, it's a male thing. And I hate to say it like that, but I mean it like that. Mm-hmm. I'm making no excuses for saying the truth. Mm-hmm. But what I'm getting at is the fact that there are certain things that males take in precedence, and there's certain things that females take in precedence. And I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to shut up about it. The bottom line is, let me give you an example. These birds running around here, you just feel, you just speak to them. I ain't saying me, I'm just saying you speak to them. First thing come out of my mouth, well, I need my bill paid. Well, you need him. Let me ask you a question. Did you need him before I spoke to you? You needed him paid before I spoke to you, right? Well, I tell you what. Let me take my salutation back from you and get the hell on, because my thing is like this. I'm gonna give you 2 examples real quick. You have a young lady who has domestic skills, yada 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 yada. Then you have another young lady who relies on her. And I ain't mad at her, but she relies on her body to get what she want to get, whatever. Okay, all well and good. But the one who has skills and something, in other words, something to bring to the table. They just call it what it is. Mm-hmm. Something to bring to the table. The difference between those two, or one of the many differences between those two, is the one that's, that's sounding the bell. I don't need no man. On one end, you're saying, I don't need no man, but on the second end, ain't no good man. Now, which one is it? Now, you're saying the spectrum of 2 ends, you're swinging the totem pole both ways. Come on now. Yeah. But you got nothing to offer. You want everything, but you have nothing to offer.
I hear you. Gee, I'm not trying to cut you off.
I'm just, that's why I'm done.
Okay. Well, you can stay on the line if you want. I want to read these comments, and I want to say something that is not dealing with what you're saying, though. But it must be said. Missy Jones says, very helpful. I understood them, word placed them deep within me, and I'm running with them until the race is over. I know that's right. And I want to say this too. Here's some other scenarios, things to think about when you are involved in a relationship or lack thereof, whatever it is, situationship, whatever the hell you call it, you are with another person. And this individual has shown you their ways. They have shown you who they are, what they do. They have told you what they gonna do, what they ain't gonna do, what they gonna be about, what they ain't gonna be about. They done showed you and told you out the gate. Okay. And you recognize this behavior, but it hasn't affected you directly. It hasn't been done to you, but you see that this person does these things, or you hear how they speak to other people. What you're witnessing this person's shit. Okay. Don't think that because at that moment it's not being done to you or against you, that is not possible. Don't think that. It's just not your turn. Okay. Exactly. So a lot of times what happens is women will get into relationships with guys who are jackasses, and they said that my name is Joe and I'm a jackass. I'm gonna kick you in the mouth eventually. I'm gonna steal all your shit. I'm gonna do whatever. They done told you out the gate, right? But the feelings get so involved that because the jackass has not yet kicked them in the mouth, they forgot that the jackass said, I'm gonna kick you in the mouth eventually. Okay, well, eventually didn't come yet. He said it though, so put it on your calendar every day, because every day could eventually be eventually. You know what I'm saying? Every day eventually is gonna come up. But the feelings that she has for him cause her to be blinded by the truth of him. Okay. So then when he shows himself to her, when it's now her time to receive the jackass kick in the mouth and the you know what I'm saying? Yeah. and the stealing shit and the other disrespectful shit. Now she's like, wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, why you doing me like this? You know, now she feeling some kind of way. But he already had said what he said. He meant what he said. Gee, hold on a second. Well, I guess they hung up. But anyway, he said what he said. He meant what he said. He's planning out what he said. He know when he gonna do it. You just don't. Yeah. But just because he didn't announce to you a scheduled time as to when you gonna get jackass kicked in the mouth, don't mean he's not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation with somebody a few days ago. I said, you can't forget what was said to you. He didn't forget that. He's just not ready to execute it. But he didn't forget it. But as long as he can make you be life that he forgot it, then you're gonna open yourself wide open for it, and then you're not gonna understand. This is kind of your fault, sis, because he told you what it was. Yeah. He told you what it was. Hold on one second. We got another call. Let me pull him in real quick. How may I help you? This is Melanated Monday. What's going on?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. I will merge the call, but go ahead and say what you need to say. Go ahead.
Well, I was calling in about what you just said. I'm saying we have women out here, and we do have to hold each other accountable, because, like you said, you can see some of your friends do stuff, and they haven't did it to you yet. And like, I had a girlfriend, and she went and did something to a gentleman's house, like tried to burn it down.
Oh,
so that's the kind of stuff that we have people doing. Like, they get mad and do stuff to the man, but if they would have did it to us, it would be something.
Absolutely.
But she was that kind of person. She messed up the car. She put stuff in the thing. But we look at it like she was hurt.
Right.
But I looked at it, if she could do it to him, like you said,
right back.
Eventually if she get mad at me, what she'll do to my car?
Exactly.
And what you were saying, we look at stuff like that, like she did that, but holding each other accountable. I told her she was wrong, and I told her that I can't be your friend if you're gonna be acting that way.
Right.
Because if you're going out there doing it to him, who else you doing it to?
Exactly.
Who else you would do it to?
Exactly.
So, like you said, hold each other accountable. We do. There's some women out here with scratched car, bust a tire, and everything, and we think it's cute.
And make a song about it. Hello, I ain't put nobody on blast, but then make a song about it.
Yeah,
okay. That ain't cute.
I bust no windows.
Okay, that ain't cute. It ain't cute at all.
It's not. So holding each other accountable and holding ourselves accountable. I can say I did it myself because I don't say it. I wanted something like, and the person had to tell me like, you want something, but you don't do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to think like, telling the truth, because I be wanting trust, but I don't trust nobody.
Right.
So he was like, how you gonna tell me you gotta trust me, this and this and then every 5 minutes you not trusting me? Right. Indeed. So and that's how I have to look at what I have to hold myself accountable for, because I do want trust, but I don't. Right. You give me one little incident that look like you doing what somebody else did, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Okay, absolutely. But see, so, that's the thing. Like we will. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I said we will act like we don't see the signs, like they're always there, or we'll justify why that couldn't possibly be what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? We'll justify.
Right, assume.
Right, assuming, but just justifying it because those feelings are overweighing the logic. They're overweighing the facts. But I love him, so I know he's not going to keep on beating on. You heard what I said. He's not going to keep on beating on me. He ain't going to keep kicking my teeth out. I only got 3 left. He going to let me at least have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll justify. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I got to make it extreme. But we'll justify why an individual is doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? But we won't hold ourselves accountable as to why it's being done to us. If you stay in a situation, whatever it is, if you stay in the situation as it is, and I know I'm probably going to get some backlash on this, and it's all good, but if you stay in the situation as it is, and you know it's not going to get any better, you cannot expect it to just change. You have to hold yourself accountable for why you're still there. Okay? If you are in an abusive, if you're in an abusive relationship, and I'm not trying to make this sound soft or anything, but if you're, or like this is so easy, but if you're in an abusive relationship, be it physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whateverly, if you're in an abusive relationship, you must hold yourself accountable and get the hell out of it, because it can only continue while you're in it. Hold yourself accountable. Right. Figure out a way out, figure out your strategy, but be working on a strategy to safely get the hell out of there. Okay?
Keyword safely.
Yes. Get the hell out of there. Period. Safely. But again, we have to hold ourselves accountable for the consequences that we bring upon ourselves, because we are responding out of emotion, out of feeling, and not listening for fact and information and responding that way. We're throwing fuel on the fire for real. Emotions are fuel. Your feelings are fuel. Don't nobody give a damn about them. They don't prevent, they don't stop or change anything. How you react to your feelings does a whole lot though. What you do with them does a lot. It's either going to add, it's going to make the fire bigger, or it's going to put the fire out. But you have to think about it before you even open your damn mouth. Before you start talking, think about your words. Go ahead.
I heard a gentleman say that he was talking about his woman. He's like, she started talking and she started yelling. I told her, like, I don't hear nothing after it. So, like you said, when she got into her emotions, he tuned out, so he really ain't listening.
He didn't hear a damn thing.
All that fussing and yelling, he ain't hear a word.
Not a word. He shut down on 15 seconds.
At a certain point, he don't even hear it.
At all.
If she came at him, he was like, if she came at me a certain way, it'll be all right.
Right.
When she started yelling, I tuned out.
Right.
So, like you said, your feelings got to be out. You got to do it logically. It's hard for all women because after some point, we frustrated.
But they get frustrated too, and I'm not taking away from that. But here's the thing: this is what I do. You all can take my advice or whatever. It's not an advice, but this is what I do. I warn a brother or whoever it is up front. I'm about to vent. I need to vent. Just let me go. I don't mean no disrespect, but I got to get this off my chest the way I feel it right now. Afterwards, we can talk about it. Let it be known ahead of time. This is what I'm doing. Because then, one, they'll let you do it. And two, they'll be listening. They'll hear what you're saying because they know that you're not coming at them in an attack mode. They don't have to be defensive because they already know this ain't about me. She's not, presenting her masculine energy at me. She needs to express it in a certain kind of way, but it ain't at me. You know what I'm saying? G, am I wrong?
No, you're not. I do have two of the top reasons why some females do that, and I'm not trying to, take the place or whatever. But the bottom line is, one, just a lot of them just want some bed warmer, and two of them, they've been scared. And I'm only speaking from young ladies that I've seen in the past that have actually been there. I didn't know it real quickly. I took this is years ago. I took this young lady to this her girlfriend wanted to take her to a what's that? The refuge home or whatever. I didn't know where we were going until we got there. I said, "Oh man, okay, blah blah blah." And the people that was at the gate were telling them, "Look, let nobody know where you are. We're gonna try to help you. Yada yada yada. You'll be safe here. No phone calls, no nothing." But she was cool looking until I guess the guy was trying to get in touch with her, whatever case might be. She told him where he was, and guess what? The repeat things started happening again. Like you say, you have to be not strong enough because they beat down not just physically, but they beat down mentally.
Yeah.
And they beat down emotionally. And like you say, women have a little bit more emotional connection than some guys. But the thing about it is, what works for people, if I see, and this has been me, if I see someone that's just got a lot of love for me, or whatever the case might be, then I don't let that go unappreciated, or whatever the case might be. I try not to, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm not feeling the same, then I'm going to let them know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So just be fair about it. But
what is a lot of love for you? Like, what is she showing you the lot of love? Because
no, I'm just saying. I'm just
a lot of love, and do not receive none of that stuff back.
Right. I know they don't.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, my first question to you, though, is, what's your friend's name? Because I want to be nowhere around. Nowhere.
You're not going to say no more, so I don't.
Okay, cool. I heard you say. I heard you say you like to do that too. So I don't know what's your name. So I know. No, I just. No, but I'm just saying.
What y'all do? Y'all men hang with somebody that whoop a woman.
No, that's males.
I'm not saying all, but most of the ones y'all know, y'all got some friends that are pop a woman upside the head a couple times.
Yeah, I don't even mess around like that, no. Because no, I don't even deal with people like that.
But you know what?
I don't deal with people like that.
Even for the woman, because you have women that know men that'll, physically be abusive or whatever to other women, and they'll stick by them. So it's like if you know this brother does this to women, or you've watched it, you've seen it happen, you are also responsible because you're You're a watcher. You're standing by watching it happen. You become an accomplice. You're helping him do it.
You're an enabler.
That part, you are definitely an enabler. Walk away.
Right.
If you can't, you can't correct him. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. But you can say, you know what, I don't condone that. And the way that you prove that you don't condone that is by not being involved with him. Period. I don't care what he got, what you think he got, how he laying down, whatever it is he laying down. I don't give two shits. If you stick by him, you are condoning his behavior. So if you can sit by and watch him do it, or sit by and listen to him tell you he's doing it, guess what? Your name is probably on the list of having it done to you.
Right. That's true. That's just like the kid thing. You know, you sit by and he don't take care of his kids, and you don't say nothing to him about taking care of his kids or being there for the kids, and then you have a kid, you don't think he's gonna do the same thing to you.
Right.
That's the same kind of stuff. I know what you mean. Like if you sitting there let him like pop a woman, and then you his girlfriend on the side, and you see how he treat his baby mama or his mama or something. Right. You sitting there allowing him to fuss. So I got what you're saying. You actually just you
co-signing
with them if they pull you over.
Yep, absolutely. You co-signing. You saying, okay, well, it's like you saying, okay, I agree with you. She earned that. She deserves that. She's worthy of that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it does.
That's kind of scary, ain't it?
It's very scary. Now it does not address at this point whatever may have happened, you know, in that household or whatever with the girl and him, because you may not know that. She may have bricked him in the face. You know what I'm saying? She may have done something to him. She may have instigated all of that. She may have, okay? But if he's doing it and he's telling you that he's doing it, not that he did it, he's doing it. This is a practice of his. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, you know, respond to her physically because he was defending himself, and it was just that one time. It wasn't that, because even at that point, if he's being constantly jumped on, that he needs to be held accountable for himself too, and get the hell out, right? That goes both ways. So, but if you're listening to him tell you this is what he does, this is what he's doing, and blah blah blah, that's saying something. You know what I'm saying? That puts you in a different light. Yes.
What do you do when somebody call you and tell you, like a woman? I got a guy friend, not telling his business, but the girl, like when she get mad, she'll kick him in the balls and he pass out and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sorry, but he it don't happen like 4 or 5 times, and I guess I'm sitting back and relying it because I'm like, I don't know what you tell a person why he's still with the person. I mean, I don't. What you tell a person? What would you tell a person like that? You allow her to, and he don't do nothing, and he's still with her. I mean, what do you tell a person?
You know, sometimes for a guy, he can. Well, it's the same thing for a girl, but don't just say from a male perspective. I'm not going to address that totally, but I'm just saying sometimes for a guy. Let me just. Well, I don't want to tell the whole thing, but some guys like security too. Okay, so you know they get familiar with something that's going on, even though it might be wrong or whatever case might be. Man, I don't want to start over. I don't want this and that. Yada yada yada. You understand what I'm saying? It's not logical, but they can be
codependent is what that word is. That's a codependency.
So, yeah, codependency. Yeah, that too. It's a couple of words. Codependency.
Yeah. Gluttony.
Fear of being alone or by yourself, or having to start over, because you get accustomed to her or whatever case might be, and what she does, it don't happen. It's just when she get mad, just like for a female, I just gotta make sure I don't say nothing to make him mad,
right,
or to put him in that position. Wait a minute. What happened to that N word called mutual?
Right.
Come occur, there's 3 things. Let me just say this, and I'm going to let this go. There are 3 things that encompasses any type of relationship, and I don't just mean a relationship with involving a man or a husband and wife. I'm saying husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or even real, let's just say real friends, wherever they are. But the bottom line is communication goes without saying. There's two types of communication, verbal and nonverbal. Then there's compromise, and then there's consideration. Mm-hmm. Compromise being, okay, I don't like going over here, but I don't know you like it. So I'm going to go over here with you and compromise, and I'm not going to go with a defeatist attitude. Consideration being, I'm out, hey, I'm going to get something to eat, call you up, hey, are you hungry? I was going to stop over so-and-so and get something to eat. I want to know if you wanted something. You understand what I'm saying? Communication. But if you're sitting there taking that, then you're advocating that, like what Kim said, you're advocating that type of behavior, and it's something that you need to fix and strengthen on your inside to get away from that. If that's a problem, if that's problematic.
Yeah, and then you have women that take that. Women also take men for granted. Okay, so they figure, well, I'm gonna keep kicking him in his butt, in his nuts or whatever. He gonna stick, he gonna stick around, right? He gonna still be here. He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna be mad. He gonna hurt. He gonna cry like a little bee. You know how they talk. He gonna cry and whatever, and then we gonna be right back together again. Well, here, let me give you a quick story for real. That same ex I was telling you about had another friend that was in a wheelchair. The guy was in a wheelchair. His girlfriend was very abusive to him in every aspect. He's in a wheelchair. She was very abusive every day, or whenever she felt like it, she would find a way to knock him out of his wheelchair. And just leave him there, just knock him out of his wheelchair and be gone. You know what I'm saying? She was just being nasty because she knew that she could. Or she would, slap him, whatever. She was physically abusive to him for a long period of time. So
did she run for a government position?
You silly. Shut up, G. You ain't right. So look, what happened was during like every week or whatever, he would go to his physical therapist or whatever, because he wasn't like completely paralyzed, but he couldn't, just get up and go. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was going to his physical therapist, for years at a time, and I guess maybe seeking counseling as well at the, along with the physical therapy. And his girlfriend, this particular day, came home and went through her whole spiel, did what she did. She didn't knock him out the chair this time, but she slapped him and, maybe spit on him, whatever. She disrespected him, okay, completely. So she said, well, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit. You can't do shit, blah, 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 blah. Hold up, though. Her not knowing, unbeknownst to her, during his physical therapy, he had been getting strengthened to the point where he can walk. Okay, so she didn't know that because he would just stay in the chair. But at this point, he's able to walk. I mean, like regularly walk. I mean, it might have been a little slow, but he was able to walk now. He was able to stand up and walk. So she, she swung on him. She, like I said, she slapped him. She did whatever the hell she was going to do to him. And the last blow she threw, he caught it. Okay? He caught those hands, stood up, and had his words with her. Now, he could have beat that ass on the spot. Okay? He could have really retaliated, and that probably would have been warranted, a little hit back. Not justifying it, but he did not. He held those hands and he looked her in her face and said however he needed to say, goodbye. You will never do this to me again. But it's just the fact that she took him for granted, because he was in that situation that he couldn't and or wouldn't do anything for himself. Didn't nobody else want him? He was going, I'm saying, he was going to always be dependent on somebody. But while mind you, while he's, here's the other kicker. While he's going to physical therapy, he starts meeting people. He starts to quote unquote date. So, and through his counseling. So guess what? He found himself another woman while he was going to therapy. Going to therapy, he found himself another woman that saw him for the man that he was and respected him and adored him, gave him everything. And guess who that woman is? Guess who that woman was? His physical therapist. Come on. His physical therapist. You don't do that to people.
Wait a minute, let me ask you a question. Did that come on last week on Life?
You so silly. I don't know. This is a real story. Yeah, this is real. He ended up being in a relationship with his physical therapist. Right. Wow. So now the ex, she feeling some kind of way. She feeling some kind of way because she took him for granted. She was feeling some kind of way. She took him for granted.
He stood up and hold that hand because he left far.
Exactly. Exactly. But she was doing wrong by him. She didn't understand. She got mad that he left. Her thing was, you've been cheating on me. B, and I don't call women out their name. But it's like, hold yourself accountable for why he left.
Right.
Hold yourself accountable for why he left. It's your fault that he left.
The first thing she probably said, he went to physical therapy and started dating a therapist, and that's why he left him.
Right.
If he did,
she probably ain't gonna tell she was whooping his behind.
Right.
She gonna tell that.
Right.
Nah, she don't say it was because he went there and cheated and found love with his therapist.
Right.
Well, if he did, she pushed it there anyway.
That part.
You know what? She gonna make herself look good.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Make like a victim.
Right.
And nobody knew because he must have tell too many people. Nobody knew she was whipping his behind.
Right.
Nobody knew.
Right.
Until I'm talking about it.
Right.
And that's the thing. People that are victimized don't tell, especially y'all dudes. Y'all really,
that part.
Y'all can get y'all.
Oh man, I'm glad I wasn't there.
Y'all don't say nothing because y'all male ego don't want to come out and tell them my woman whooping my behind.
Right.
Well, let me say something to that. Now, it's some guys out there that you will look at you and say, man, I know one don't run much of them. You'd be surprised about.
Yeah. Well, we'll have that discussion another time. We've actually talked about that already. We talked about that in the men's series. It's time to heal. We did that.
I'm glad I wasn't there because I'd have been like, you too hardcore to beat me.
You so silly. But yeah, we talked about that. I don't want to get off the subject because we're gonna be wrapping this up. But again, yeah,
holding accountable to that woman was wrong.
Right, dead wrong.
Right.
But she had friends that know.
Absolutely. They probably thought it was funny. They thought the shit was funny, I'm sure. Ain't nothing funny about it. Ain't nothing funny about it. Right.
That's what kind of friend you are. You gonna lie your friend. Then like people say, she must don't have no friends because they let her wear that.
Right.
You must don't have no. You let her act that way. You know
exactly.
If you
yeah.
I'm serious. If you let her go that way, you must don't got no friends. If you let her get up in a dude face, but like that's a dude. I wasn't that like you were saying how she get up in the beginning. You was like, I mean, like that's a dude. That's a man.
Yeah.
You think that you're not a man. Why you gonna act like a man? And I stop a person.
Right.
That's me. I get it. I do have an attitude. I don't get it myself. I'm not gonna lie. I don't got it. But that's because they grabbed my girlfriend the wrong way. And I was like, you're not gonna grab her like that. Because I got a flashback. I don't benefit.
Right.
But when you grab somebody's arm the wrong way and jerk her and pull her, I'm like, oh no. I got up in the face plenty of time, but it was 2 of us.
Right.
It probably would have took 2 of us because he was way quicker than us. But you're not gonna harm my friend. You know what I'm saying? But there's some women out here think they dudes. So
right.
I'm sorry to say,
that's
a lot
true.
of them, that's what's going on.
Right.
There's a lot of women that think they're dudes now, and they stood or whatever, but they were trying to they do.
Yeah.
And I don't see, you said, I don't see that in the street with girls get up in the guy's face. I'm like, what you doing talking to my woman? Your woman shouldn't be standing there having a he conversation with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to stand there and get mad at the dude.
Right.
And think you're a dude, get up the dude's face. I don't see it. I don't see them get up in people's face.
Yep.
Yeah, that's too
much.
much.
Fight a real dude. You're not a dude.
Right.
I tell women, some of us are stronger than some of these men, but mainly,
indeed, but still, right? Like the female who is trying to or who has taken on the dominant masculine energy, she all masculine until those tables turn. You know what I'm saying? Until the true masculine shows himself, and then. Right, and then exactly, there's like, oh, I'm a woman. How you gonna just hit on a woman? Because you wasn't acting like that. Nah, you jumped up in my face like a man. You approached a man like a man, and I'm supposed to treat you like a woman? Nah, that ain't how that go down. That's not how that happens. Again, like I said, we're gonna wrap this up. Right, we're gonna wrap this up. I do not condone. I don't condone it at all. I am not an advocate for violence, okay? Period. Male or female, I am not an advocate for it. If you're not touching me to hug me and rub me and kiss me, if it ain't something that I'm saying yes to, and I will say yes all night long, don't put your hands on me, okay? Because then we're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's on either end. If we can't enjoy each other's touch, then let us not touch one another. Period. Okay, but to wrap it up, the whole point of this conversation tonight, woman, hold yourself accountable for what you do, what you say, what you don't do, what you don't say. If you get in a man's face and he responds to you as if you are a man, check yourself. You can't be so fast to tell him, well, you a punk and you a bitch and you a hoe and you all that junk that you would normally say to a man when you mad and in your feelings because he responded in a certain kind of way. Nah, he's still human. Yeah. Somebody said suck my thing. I didn't hear you. How you gonna tell somebody suck my thing? You know what I'm saying. You gotta go get one off the shelf. Stop it. You know, yeah, that's too much. That's too much. Yeah, I've heard that before. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding? But anyway, yeah, it happens. Enough is a damn enough. That's all I'm saying. Enough is enough. Respect each other. When you said that, I knew exactly what you were talking about. It's a lot of women jumping up in men's face and dare them and be acting like they not gonna hit you. You already act like a dude. Right. Until they on the bottom half, until they on the bottom of that, and then so you gonna hit a woman? When did this change come about? All of a sudden, you step to me, in boots, and then when I swing back, now you got on stilettos. All of a sudden, how is this happening? Make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? No, we ain't doing this. So to end this, because we'll be on this damn thing all night, and I ain't doing it tonight because I forgot it was Melanated Monday. I was working, so I got to go back to work. But to end this, to wrap it up, everybody respect yourselves first of all, okay, and respect the people that you're with. Respect other people. Period. Respect their space. Respect their time. Respect their energy. Respect their thoughts. Whatever it is. Even respect their feelings. Respect them. You ain't gotta like them shits at all. Just respect the fact that they have them. Okay? Do not respond out of your feelings, because feelings falsify facts and they are only relevant at that moment anyway. They change based on circumstance, based on your situation. And since none of those things remains constant, your feelings don't mean shit. Okay? Stick to the facts. Stick to the facts. Use my fuck your feelings as an instruction and walk accordingly. We're going to wrap this on up. Okay? Y'all know what it is. I'll be right back here on Thursday around 8-ish, 8:30-ish. On the move, unscripted, on purpose, ladies roundtable discussion. You know what we do. and how we do what we do. Huh? You say what now? Oh, I'm gonna go out there and check it out. I'm gonna go check it out. You all make sure that you come back here Thursday though, okay? Because we're gonna do what we do. And remember also, go to my website or inbox me if you want any of these shirts, hoodies, whatever. I Am the Solution on Purpose with Purpose is available as a hoodie and a shirt, both in black and white. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, fuck your feelings, inbox me. I get you one. And then we also have the My Life Matters on Purpose with Purpose. Those shirts are also available on my website, myomywellness.com, MYOMYWellness.com. All right, family, wrap this thing up. Get on up out of here. Y'all know what it is. I love you on purpose with purpose. And until next time, peace.
Peace. Bye, y'all.